Jai Hind everyone. Myself Pancham Singh, Assistant Professor in IT Department, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. I am going to discuss today, the topic is key management. So basically what is the key management in cryptography network security? So in cryptography network security, if you are going to discuss about the key management, so first we will discuss about the types of the keys, in which we will discuss about the symmetric key and asymmetric key cryptography. So first I am going to discuss about the symmetric key distribution, how symmetric key distribution is important in cryptography network security. So symmetric key distribution is more efficient than asymmetric key cryptography in terms of the sharing a secret key. In symmetric key cryptography, we will use the one key which is shared between the two parties, or you can say two persons, in which we are going to discuss about the allies. If allies want to exchange message with n people, she needs n different symmetric key. So symmetric key basically will be managed by the two parties. If two parties want to communicate to each other, they will use a single key, that is called the symmetric key. So if allies want to exchange message with n people, she needs n different symmetric key. If n people need communicate with each other, a total n into n minus 1 by 2 keys are required. So here how many keys are required if n people want to communicate to n another people? So definitely we require n into n minus 1 by 2 secret keys. So these are the keys we will require for the n different peoples. If you are going to discuss about the communication direction, or you can say this is normally referred to as the n square problem. So how many problems you can discuss in symmetric key cryptography? So we can discuss n square problem, because we are going to establish a communication between two parties, and two parties require one single key. So that's why we are going to discuss n square problems. So the distribution of keys is another problem. We need an efficient and reliable way to maintain and distribute secret key. So the reason is that if you are going to discuss, or if you are going to share a data between the two person, so we need a secret key, that is called the symmetric key. But this is the unreliable. Sometimes if you are going to share the key between two people and some third person has hacked your key, so it will create the problem. Your data it will be lost. So we are going to discuss about these problems. So by using the key distribution center. So here is the key distribution center. So each person establish a shared key with the key distribution center. So firstly, if a person want to communicate to another person, so definitely he or she can communicate to another person with the help of the KDC, that is key distribution center. So how key distribution center basically work? So the procedure to get a session key between the Alice and Bob is as follows. So for example, if two person, like one is Alice and second is Bob, want to communicate to each other, so how they can communicate to each other? So we are going to explain one by one. So if Alice send a request to KDC, that she needs a session. So if Alice want to communicate to the Bob, so first it will send the request to the KDC. If KDC will permit that request, then Alice will establish a connection between the Bob. So it will take that permission from the KDC. So Alice send a request to KDC. So KDC is a center part. So you can say, so Alice send a request to the KDC that she needs a session. Secret key between herself and Bob. So firstly, we will establish a key, or you can say a secret key between the Alice and KDC, and if KDC is permit that request, then she can communicate to the Bob with the permission of the Bob. So Alice uses her secret key with the KDC to authenticate her request and herself to the KDC. So both party first they will agree. Both party first they are agree to communicate to each other with the help of the KDC. So KDC is an intermediate. So you can say that KDC is an intermediate between Alice and Bob. So Alice directly not communicate to the Bob. So Alice can communicate to the Bob with the help of the KDC. So KDC is send the request to the Bob. कि someone want to communicate to you, so if Bob is giving the permission, yeah, accepting the request of the KDC, then it will establish a connection between Alice and Bob. Now they can communicate to each other. So this is the diagram basically showing the communication between Alice and Bob, how Alice and Bob, they are ready to communicate to each other with the help of the KDC. So the KDC informs Bob about Alice's request. So KDC basically inform Bob to Alice's request कि Alice want to communicate to you. If Bob is giving the permission to the Alice, then after he will agree to communicate between them. If Bob agree and authenticate himself using his secret key with the KDC, a session key is created between two parties. So definitely, if you are going to create an established connection between two parties, so we required a agreement between the Alice and Bob with the help of the KDC. So KDC is provide the session between Alice and Bob. Both parties are agree, and after that Alice will communicate to the Bob with the help of the secret key. Now I am going to discuss about what is the key management. So this is the very important topic in cryptography network security. So how you will manage the key. So key management is the set of techniques. So what is the key management? Key management is the set of techniques and procedures supporting the establishment and maintenance of the keying relationship between authorized parties. So key management, you can say, is a type of agreement between two parties. If two parties want to communicate to each other, they can only communicate to each other with the help of the key management techniques. So keying relationship is the state wherein communicating entities share common data like keying materials to facilitate cryptography techniques. This data may include public or secret key, initialization values, and additional non-secret parameters. So what are the keying relationship? So keying relationship means what type of requirements first you require to establish a connection. So we require the secret key, we require the non-secret parameters. Whenever it will required for the two parties, then two parties will authorize to each other or they are ready to each other to communication. Then after you can communicate to each other. Now in this PPT, I am going to discuss about the what is the key management. So what are the parameters where key management is important? So key management encompasses techniques, or you can say it is a procedure that supporting these type of points. So if you are going to manage the key, or you can say we are going to manage the key management techniques, so definitely we require these types of parameters. In the first parameter, that is initialization of systems users with a domain. In the second point, generation, distribution and installation of keying materials. In the third point, controlling the use of the keying materials. In the fourth point, update, revocation and destruction of keying materials. And last one is the storage, backup recovery and achievable of keying materials. So these are the key management techniques. Basically, these are the procedure whenever you are going to establish a key between the two parties, and how they will ready to communicate to each other. They are ready to communicate to each other with the help of the symmetric key cryptography or asymmetric key cryptography. So symmetric key cryptography technique is simple, so in which we can use a single key between the two parties, and the two parties, they can communicate to each other, they can share the message, they can share the data or information among them. So these are the important points. So we can say that key management techniques is important. So key management techniques are basically divided into two main categories. In first category, that is flat multiple KDC. So if you are going to discuss about the KDC, so KDC is divided into two categories. So key distribution center basically divided into two categories. The first category is the flat multiple KDC. So in flat multiple KDC, when the number of people using KDC increases, the system becomes unmanageable. To solve this problem, we divide the community into domains. Each domain has one KDC. If Alice is in the one domain and Bob is in another domain, Alice contact her KDC, which in turn contact with the KDC in Bob's domain. Two KDC can create a secret key between Alice and Bob. This system is called the flat multiple KDC. So in this diagram, we are going to know about how Alice can communicate to the Bob. If the number of requests are coming to the KDC, then it will overload on the KDC. So how you will resolve this problem of the KDC? So definitely we can resolve this problem by creating a domain, or you can say we are dividing the domain. So each party, or you can say each person has own KDC. Like Alice want to send message to the Bob, so Alice will work in another domain and Bob is work in another domain. So there are n number of KDCs. So Alice is using the domain 1, Bob is using the domain 2, and Alice and Bob want to communicate. They can send the request to the her domain. Like Alice send a request to the KDC1 and KDC1 send request to the Bob KDC, and Bob KDC is grant the permission. Then after Alice and Bob, they can communicate to each other. So in this diagram, it is very clear. If Alice and Bob want to communicate, so Alice and Bob can communicate to each other with the help of the secret key and with the help of the KDC. So KDC is an intermediate that send the request of the Alice to the Bob, and Bob grant the request, and after that they are mutually understand to each other and they can communicate to each other with the help of the KDC. So KDC is a intermediate for the Alice 1 and Bob 2. Now the second important KDC, that is key distribution center, that is called hierarchical multiple KDC. So in key distribution center, that is hierarchical, it is very clear that hierarchical means we are in a structure manner, we are in hierarchy. So how a international KDC can communicate to the national KDC and national KDC can communicate to the local KDC. So we have divided the KDC in the n number of labels. So why you have divided the KDC into n number of labels? This is the very important. So it is the ease of the communication. So how you can communicate to each other? So you can communicate to each other with the help of the international KDC. So the hierarchical multiple KDC system has one KDC at the top of the hierarchy. So if you have placed the international KDC at the top level, like Alice want to communicate to the Bob KDC, then how it will establish the connection to the Bob? So you can simply say that Alice send a request to the local KDC, a local KDC will send the request to the national KDC, national KDC send the request to the international KDC, and international KDC is the place where both parties, or you can say they both person, they are sharing the request, and that request will move to the international KDC. So international KDC is accepting that request, and after that permitting to the below level, that is national KDC, and national KDC send the request to the local KDC, and after that its request will reach to the bottom level KDC, or you can say the person who has sent the request to the another person want to communicate. So in the national, in the form of the international, if the person want to communicate to another person, so definitely they will follow the hierarchy. So this is the hierarchy in which we are communicating from local to national, national to international, and similarly Bob is communicating to local, and local to national, and national to international. So they are following the rules, they are moving from one level to another level, and after that they are establish the connection between them. Then they will establish the connection, they can communicate to each other. So this is the another way we can establish the connection with the help of the hierarchical KDC. So what is the key, session key? So session key is the very important in cryptography. The secret key established between the KDC and the member can be used only between that member and the KDC, not between the two members. So session means if one person want to communicate to another person, so first person send a request to another person, he she are agree to communicate, so it will provide the session between them. The session will be temporary, maybe after some interval time the session will be expired. So if you are going to request to another person, if another person is not ready to communicate to you, then definitely there is no session, and after some interval of time that session is going to destroy. So the KDC can help two members establish a temporary key that can be used by two members for a single session. So every person want to communicate to another person, so everyone will create a session. So there is a session between two person, yeah, two parties, and two party can communicate to each other by single session key or single session. So the KDC can help two members establish a temporary key that can be used by the two members for a single session. After communication is terminated, the session key become invalid. So for like OTP, if you are taking transaction, so we are getting the one time password. So in similar manner, here is the session key. A session key is valid for the two peoples. If that people is not ready to communicate to you, so after some interval of time the session will be expired. So here is the session. A session symmetric key between two parties is used only once. So at a time you can use only one session between two parties. So a simple protocol using KDC. So we are going to discuss. There are different points. In the first point, Alice sent a plain text message to the KDC to request a symmetric session key between herself and Bob. So in the first point, or you can say in simple protocol, in which Alice will send a request to the KDC requesting to communicate to the Bob. This is the first point. Now move for the second point. The KDC create a ticket encrypted using Bob's key containing the session key. The ticket and the session key are sent to the Alice as a message encrypted using the Alice key. So in the second point, that is very important, the KDC create a ticket. So KDC is a key distribution center, create a ticket. That ticket contains that ticket encrypted using the Bob keys, that is KB, containing the session key. That session key established by the KDC. The ticket and the session key are sent to the Alice in a form of the message or in the form of the KA, that is Alice key. So Alice will get that request, then get that keys, and after decrypting that key, Alice decrypt the message and retrieve the session key and Bob's ticket. So Alice decrypt the message and get the ticket and session key which was sent by the KDC. Now in the third point, that is the very important point, Alice sent the ticket to the Bob, who opens the ticket and obtain the value of the session key. So in the third point is the very important, in which Alice sent the ticket to the Bob, who open the ticket and obtain the value of the session key. So both parties, let one is the Alice and second is the Bob. In the first part, you can see here the diagram. If Alice and Bob want to communicate to each other, so definitely they will follow the three important points. These are the parameters through which they can communicate to each other. So Alice and Bob, they can communicate with each other. So first Alice will send the request to the KDC, and that request will send to the Alice by the KDC, and after that Alice will send the request to the Bob, and Bob will decrypt that message and get the session key and key of the Alice, and after that both can communicate to each other. So this is the agreement. You can say this is a simple protocol where KDC is a intermediate. With the help of the KDC, though both parties can communicate to each other. One party is encrypting and second party is decrypting the message with the help of the own keys. So a simple protocol using a KDC in this figure you can say first approach using KDC, that here K is KA encrypted with Alice KDC and KB stand for encrypted with Bob KDC, and session key between the Alice and Bob, and KDC stand for key distribution center. So what parameters we are using in this diagram, it is very clearly explained here. One party like Alice want to communicate to the Bob, so definitely it will send the request to the KDC. KDC will send message to the Alice, where we are getting the message, or you can say Alice keys and Bob's key, session key, through which after that receiving the message he will send to the Bob key, and Bob will decrypt the KB and getting the Alice and Bob secret key. So in the next topic we are going to discuss about the Needham-Squadron protocols. So what is the Needham-Squadron protocol and why it is important in the cryptography? So Needham-Squadron protocol is basically divided into 5 important points. So we are going to discuss one by one. So Alice send a message to KDC that includes her nonce array. So first Alice will send the message to the KDC. We can see in the diagram here Alice send message to the KDC. In the second point, the KDC send an encrypted message to the Alice that includes Alice nonce, the session key, and an encrypted ticket to the B stand for the Bob, that include the session key. The ticket is encrypted using the Bob's key and that whole message is encrypted using the Alice key. So if Alice and Bob want to communicate to each other, so we are increasing a ticket. The ticket for the Bob, definitely it will have the session key, secret key, and self key of the B. In the third point, Alice send the ticket to the Bob. Bob decrypt the ticket and send his challenge RB to Alice encrypted with the session key. So these are the points where we are going to discuss about how we are going to communicate to the Bob. So in this diagram, basically Alice and Bob, they want to communicate with each other with the Needham-Squadron protocols. So we are using a extra key, or you can say that is RB and RA. These two keys are going to help to each other for more security purpose, and after that encrypting and decrypting by KAB and KAB. So there are two keys, that is ticket Bob. We are going to encrypt one key by another and another key by first one, and after that we can communicate to each other. So this is the diagram in which Needham-Squadron protocols basically used in this figure. This figure basically explains the previous one, where Alice want to communicate to the Bob. First it will send request to the KDC, and after that it will get the request and send package to the Bob, and Bob will decrypt that message, and after that they can establish the communication. Thank you.